What's up, guys, and welcome to the School of RV Transport. My name is Sean, and you guys are watching the Nomadic Couple. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions about what gear we carry, what you need to get into RV transport, qualifications, stuff like that. So I thought I'd cover all that today in one video. Now that I have this nice, quiet, peaceful piece of land, I thought it was a great opportunity to do so. So, depending on what company you run for, they're going to have slightly different requirements as far as your driving record and as far as, you know, what items you actually need in order to be approved to drive. So the first main thing you're going to need is a truck, and I'm pretty sure all these RV transport companies require at least a 3/4 ton. Some of, I think the smaller companies will let you run with a gas truck, but most will require a diesel truck, and most are like, I think it's around like 2008 and up. But if your truck is really well taken care of and in good shape and it can pass a DOT inspection, usually they might let you like on board with that older truck. So it's just something to consider. Samantha is sitting, who is recording, is sitting on my fifth wheel hitch currently, but I have a Kurt Q20, which is a 20,000 pound rated fifth wheel hitch. My company requires us to have a minimum of 20,000, if not higher. And being that I don't have a CDL, I do non-CDL RV transport, I can only tow up to 16,000 pounds anyway, so 20,000 pounds is way more than I ever need. Let's see. Alright, so as you guys can see, I have everything laid out here, and where I put it in the truck, I don't know. The truck is usually a mess, so, yeah. So I guess we'll start out with the weight distribution hitch. Now, some companies do require it, and some do not. I have this one. It's from Harbor Freight. It's, I forget what the brand is. It's a Hallmaster 10,000 pound weight distribution hitch. So it comes with the load bearing with the chains, the bars, and you can't see it under here. It's mounted with the weight distribution hitch. So you're going to need that. My company requires a 10,000 pound minimum on that. So just pay attention to the rating when you look at the box. But mine was from Harbor Freight. It's $209.99, and then you can use your 20% off coupon. And I think it comes down to like 170 bucks. I think I paid out the door. So that's that. I also keep an extra hitch just in case I do smaller trailers. Some trailers have a 2-inch ball. So this has a 2 5/16, a 2-inch ball, and I think a 1-inch ball. Next thing you could probably use is a flashlight. That way if you pick up a load in the dark or you're riding at night and you have a problem or something, you have a bright flashlight. I prefer LEDs. If you go to Harbor Freight, and this is not a sponsored video, but if Harbor Freight wants to send me a check, they can. If you go to Harbor Freight and you go on their website, any purchase qualifies you to get a free LED flashlight. And you won't see how bright these are now because we're in broad daylight, but they are really bright.
We didn't get that one from Harbor Freight.
No, this one is from Rocky?
Field and
Stream, some farm store. But, you know, you can get them pretty much anywhere. They're really, really bright. It has a flashlight and then a LED like
We got that one in Elkhart. It's a new store. It used to be Big R.
Oh, okay.
Now it's something else.
And it's magnetic, which is nice. So you can stick it anywhere on the truck and it'll focus the light. You can bend it. Well, you can bend it, but I'm not going to bend it right now. So with that weight distribution hitch, once you set your trailer onto your truck, you're going to need a pin lock. We got this one from Harbor Freight. I have horrible luck. If you watch my videos, I always step on these things when I'm getting out of the back of the truck, so I tend to bend them. And it doesn't matter what brand. And it also, so there's a key and it has a cover, but I've come to the conclusion that the cover does absolutely nothing. And especially in the wintertime, you'll get like salt and grime in it, and it kind of like locks up a little bit, but it's nothing a little bit of like WD-40 or something can't, you know, loosen up. So I think these are like 10 bucks. Next, my company requires us to have a torque wrench. So here's my torque wrench in this box. Guys, when I first started this job, I bought a $100 torque wrench from Napa Auto Parts. And, you know, I didn't really know much about torque wrenches, so I was like, all right, I guess that's how much they cost. So, you know, here you go, it's $100. A couple days later, I looked online, and I could buy a torque wrench the torque wrench was $9.99, and then I bought, you know, some extra sockets for like $5 from Harbor Freight Tools. And remember, guys, everything you buy there, you can use a 20% off coupon. So you always get really good prices there, and the quality has really gone up in the past couple of years. Let's see, next I have some bungee cables. This one I use for my breakaway battery. Once you mount it onto the rail, because mine just sits on the rail of the trailer on the side of the frame. And once I do that and it's bolted in, I actually run this bungee around it just so it stays extra tight and it doesn't go anywhere if I hit like a big bump or something. So that's that. I'm gonna put this out of the way. Let's see, what else do I got for you guys? Easy Pass. I never use an Easy Pass. Maybe I should, but I don't. The thing I don't like about Easy Pass is you have to wait for the tolls to post to your account. They don't like post to your account right away, so your refund, for when you submit your paperwork, could get delayed, and I don't like that. So I try to pay cash wherever I can. Socket wrench, just a basic socket wrench from, you guessed it, Harbor Freight Tools, $4.99. I never had a problem. Lifetime warranty on all the tools, guys, on all the hand tools. So that's something, and there's no extra cost or anything like that, so that's something to consider. As far as other tools, I also carry a couple different size wrenches. These are to tighten up my hitches and stuff, just in case they come loose or whatever. Extra bungees, you never know when you're gonna need them. This goes with my weight distribution hitch. This is to tighten the bars down. Inverter and printer are very important for reloads. If you guys, now Samantha and I try to never go for back to Elkhart if we don't have to for a load. We'll try to find something a lot closer. So when we do that, you have to print your own paperwork out. You can't print it at the yard. So we have our printer. This is a wireless printer, an HP
NV 5052.
Okay. And we plug it right into this power inverter. This is a 400 watt inverter, which is way more than I'll ever need. And it just plugs into the DC outlet. And it also comes with another set of wires that you can hook right onto your positive and negative battery terminal and power it that way if you really had to. Let's see, what else do I got for you guys? Logs. My logs are electronic, so I do them on an app. We manually put it in though. We're not running an ELD. With RV Transport, you are not mandated to run an ELD. So we run the Keep Trucking app and we manually put in our hours. But you should have this just in case your electronic log goes down. That way you can log and you're compliant with DOT. Federal Motor Carrier Safety Manual. If you get pulled over by DOT or you go into a scale, they might ask you for this, and if you don't have it, you can be in trouble. So make sure you have that on you, and it's readily available at all times. Also, if you guys, now I have an Enterprise rent-a-truck, so I get a contract with that truck and everything. If I get pulled into a scale, I have to supply my contract from Enterprise that says that I'm supposed to be driving it and the weight and everything, so you have to keep that paperwork available as well. They also might ask you for your contract from your RV transport company, so make sure you have all that paperwork on you. Sun visors, guys. I have a full-length one right here underneath. I don't know if you guys can see it. That one goes across the front windshield, and then I bought this one from the dollar store, and I cut it in half, and that just goes on my two side windows. My back windows are tinted, so nobody can really see in there anyway. Zip ties. Guys, I had an incident the other day where I lost a plate. I'm pretty confident somebody stole it. I don't think 2 zip ties would fail. I find that kind of hard to believe. So for now on, I'm going to be double zip tying each side. It might give the stealer, a couple extra seconds. I might find him. I don't know. But and it also gives you added security on going down the road. So you'll have 4 zip ties holding that plate on. I found out that a replacement plate, I think they give you a new set, is $50. So try not to lose your things. You can get these at Harbor Freight or Dollar Store, but I think Harbor Freight gets the best deal. I think it's $1.99 for a 100-pack. And these are nice and big. You don't have to worry about trying to work in a tight space. Let's see what else I got for you guys. So these are really nice to have. These are heavy-duty ratchet strap tie-downs. A month ago, I had the belly of an RV drop out on me, and it was dragging on the floor, and I actually lost a big chunk of it on the highway, and it was a manufacturer defect. So I had to take my ratchet straps and, go from under the belly and hook it up and hold that up until I got back to Indiana. So those really came in handy. Thank God I had them. Guys, I have so much stuff. Okay, Hygiene. Now on the road, you know, you can't shower all the time as much as you'd like. I mean, I guess you could, but it's kind of a hassle. I hate going into truck stop, you know, showers. It's just, you have to carry all your crap in. So honestly, I do it as like not a lot. So I carry baby wipes on me now with this whole coronavirus thing going on right now. Samantha and I have stocked up, you know, so every time we go into like a Five Below or a Dollar General or a Walmart, we'll grab like a pack. You know, don't go into Walmart and grab 40 packs, because then you're taking it away from everybody else. But these are really good to have on the road. You could wipe your, you know, whole area down, especially in the summer. It gets rough. So just keep those at the ready. We also have Lysol wipes, which we wipe the truck down all the time. Steering wheel, blinker, switch thingy toggle, shifter column. What else? You know, the center console, anything we touch. So just keep that in mind. Hand sanitizer obviously is extremely important. I hit this like every 20 minutes. I don't know why. I guess I'm just obsessed with it. We also carry antibacterial soap just in case I run out of hand sanitizer, because it seems like you just can't find hand sanitizer anymore. Deodorant, because I try not to stink, but sometimes it's inevitable. What did I just say?
Inevitable.
Inevitable, yeah, sorry. Toothpaste, toothbrush. Guys, I bought this when I first started, and some people are like, this sucks, and some people are like, I use it all the time. I've never used it, actually, because I don't really go to like freezing cold climates. I try to stay away from the snow and the ice, because nobody wants to deal with that, especially while towing a trailer. So it kind of just sits in the back of my truck, and you know, if I have it and I know I'm going to a freezing cold climate, I can dump it in the tank. I'm trying to see. Also, guys, I have a full length, you can't see it right now, but I have a full length mud flap on the back. It goes from end to end, and my company requires it. I think most companies probably require it, but again, you could check on your company's website, or you could speak to a recruiter if you're interested in doing this job and see if they need it. They'll probably give you a list of everything you need, but it's an Ultra Guard, and it's really easy. You just cut a hole out at the top, and your hitch slides right through it, and that's what holds it up. Super simple install. Took me, the first time I had it, it took me like half hour, but if you have a really sharp razor blade, you could probably install this thing in like 5 minutes. Trying to see what else I have. So behind me, behind Sam really, is a really big tool chest. Sam, if you want to pan over there and show everybody. Oops, be careful. Okay, almost lost my camera, woman. So I have a really big tool chest over there, and I could put a lock through it. I bought that at Walmart. That one was $45, and it's been great. It keeps everything in there bone dry. It's not, you know, crazy heavy when it's empty, and you know, it keeps all my towing tools and stuff in there. Now, since you guys are over there, you can see my fifth wheel. It's a brand new fifth wheel. I've only used it a couple times, and I got that from Dan's Service Center, and that was $500 out the door. Because guys, when you do this job and you run for a company, or anytime you do anything for a job, everything here is tax exempt, really. Harbor Freight probably won't get your tax off, I don't think. But like if you go to any of these towing shops, like Dan's Service Center, Dooley Depot,
Ace Hardware,
Ace Hardware in Middlebury, they all know, they're like big supporters of the RV Transport Company, and they sell a ton of stuff. So they know how to get the tax off or whatever, and they take care of that for you. Oh, I stock up on these too. These are fuel gloves. They don't really have them in very many places. I think there's some certain gas station I go to, and I see them here and there, and I kind of grab a handful, but I never see anybody using them. But when you go to these diesel islands, the pumps are always just full of crap and diesel and grime, and it's just disgusting. So, and especially with this coronavirus thing going around, you know, there's thousands of people touching those pumps. So I put a glove on and I pump my gas, and then you just throw the glove out after a while. But you could also use like those nitrile gloves.
Not after a while, right after you throw it out.
Okay, I'm being corrected. So the gloves are good. So you could use like rubber latex gloves too, whatever works. But I would throw it out as soon, you know, buy a glove that you could just throw out, you know, as soon as you're done. Right here, if you guys do get an Enterprise rental truck, the truck comes with a reflector kit. So you're gonna need a 3-piece reflector kit. If you have your own truck, you're gonna have to get that. They're really cheap. I think I paid like 10 bucks for mine from Northern Tool. But this one is the one that was supplied with the truck. Also to Sam's right is the fire extinguisher. Now with this truck, with the rental, it came with a fire extinguisher mounted in the bed already, which was really convenient. I didn't have to do any drilling or worry about where I was going to put it. But it has to be mounted for a DMT inspection. It has to be mounted somewhere. And when I first started with this job, for some reason the fire extinguisher wasn't mounted in the other truck I had, so I mounted it to my headrest with a ratchet strap, and it got inspected and they didn't say anything. So, you know, as long as it's mounted in a fixed place where you know you can get to it easily, so just keep that in mind. I think that's about it for everything.
Just those wood things, that's it?
Okay, you're gonna need your placards, so these are really important. So you have two, you need one for either side, and they're, I think somebody said 50 feet, they have to be, that you have to be able to read them from 50 feet. So make sure whatever placards you get are easily readable. Guys, these I found at a truck stop, and these have actually come in handy quite a few times. I don't know what they are. I'm thinking they're like chocks for a semi or something, but the guy threw them out. They were right by the garbage. But I've had really good success where, like, if a trailer doesn't come up high enough to get onto my ball or whatever, I could put this down on the floor, on a level surface, of course, and the tongue of the tongue jack will sit on this and push up a little higher, and this lifts it up about, you know, 5-6 inches. So they come in really handy. So, I mean, you could just keep blocks of wood or something like that. You don't have to have any intricate fancy thing like that, or they probably sell something like a transport store or something that you can use, you know, use your head.